Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 27th of October 2021, and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, our topic today is how do you respond to social pressure? All right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, so to me, I think yeah, a short definition for social pressure to me is something like uh, there is there is a social approval, and then this kind of approval is something that particular groups, yeah, I call it social groups, um, they will this is the way that they do. Yeah, so whenever the groups that you join do this, it kind of it gives you the pressure. You have to do it also. Otherwise, you couldn't get approval from them. Yeah, and then to me, this kind of social pressure uh, can be in two type. And the first type is coming from outside, which is more direct. And then you do something, and then maybe your friends or your neighbor, other people come and talk to you and then criticize you, or they do something that make you feel like you didn't do it, uh, you didn't do what you're supposed to do, something like that. So this is coming from outside, and then it is a more direct social pressure. And then the other type I think can be coming from inside, which is coming from uh, what we think, and then we worry about the pressure, and then even though other people didn't point out anything, but you have this kind of social approval in your mind, and then this become a pressure to you. And then yeah, I think of a few examples here. The first one is the appearance. Yeah, the appearance could be you need to stay fit, yeah, keep fit, and then you couldn't be fat, and then you need to look nice, look tidy. Yeah, this is appearance, and then it can also be something like getting married, and then your friends get married. Yeah, all of your friends get married before like 35, 30, and then also like girls need to get married before 30s, something like that. Yep, and even to more extreme, some people also think like after getting married, they need to have child, and then if they didn't have child, let's say for after married, and then after married, 10 years after married, uh, they they do not have child, and then maybe they have some problems there, maybe important or what. Yeah, so um, yeah, so this is something like the pressure, and then the next one could be like to buy a decent car, to buy a beautiful car, to buy a new car. Um, yeah, this is also a social pressure, especially for those people who live in a more how to say in a place which the neighborhood are using beautiful car. The neighborhood are considerably wealthy. Yeah, so they could find this kind of pressure. And then also, one of my own experience is when I was in secondary school, and one of the social pressure is being in a relationship. Yeah, this kind of status become a social pressure to me. Mainly not. Yeah, maybe there is a little comes from inside, and but I think the main is come from outside. Yeah, because kind of like you have, let's say, five friends in a group, and then this is your let's say your favorite friend circle, and then the other four of them, yeah, they all have girlfriends, yeah, and then they were kind of telling you that you need to find one, and then if they didn't tell you, they're like you feel like they are when going out with them, you're alone and they are with their couples. Yeah, and then yeah, this is kind of the social pressure that I experienced when I was in secondary school. Yeah, so these are a few of examples, and I think they are many, many. Yeah, and then yeah, next talk about the ways that I can respond to it. So the first I think is just don't bother it. Don't bother it. Yeah, don't let it be something important in your life and also in your decision making. And then if it is something that is a decision making, it's a decision need to be made. And then I think social pressure um, shouldn't be the first place. And then you need to consider other factors. For example, just now talking about uh, getting married, and then these kind of things, and also whether to have child. Yeah, the social pressure shouldn't be something that uh, for you to consider whether or not to get married, whether or not to have child. This shouldn't be something appear in your decision making, and also like buying a car. Yeah, that shouldn't be something to consider. Yeah, and then the second is make use of it. Yeah, and for this kind of response, it is for those I think we can call it like positive social pressure. And then not all social pressure are bad. And then if something is a social pressure, and then if they can, if they are good, you think they are good, and then those things are aligned with your belief, and then I think you can make use of it. And then I think this is something also mentioned in the book Atomic Habit, which is like uh, I forgot the terms. It's like follow the majority or what? Yeah, follow the numbers or what? Yeah. Um, if something is let's say if doing exercise is if keeping fit is one of the things that you yourself really want to do, and then you can kind of make use of this social pressure, and then uh, to push yourself to form this habit. Yeah, this is also one of the way to form a habit. So this can function in a good way. Yeah, as long as the things is in line with your belief. Yeah, the last one is that uh, change your social group. Yeah, this is yeah, I think if the social pressure uh, is coming from, let's say, uh, a particular friend of yours, and or a particular friend circle. Yeah, we have maybe we will have more than one friend circle, right? And then you can kind of change your friend circle, change your social group, and then to join some others. Uh, they they have the positive social pressure. Yeah, and then um, uh, one example could be like smoking. Yeah, let's say uh, your friends, all of them are smoking, and then they keep influence you, or they drink alcohols, they keep inviting you, going out, and then to drinks. So for these kind of things, if smoking and drinking is not something you think is good, it's not something you think you should do. So maybe changing your social group is a good way to avoid yourself uh, from forming those kind of bad habits or influenced by them, or make yourself in a very difficult situation. Yeah, it can be because when you go out, like they want to go to particular place and you don't want to go. Yeah, that could be something like a difficult situation for you and for your friends. So I think if something couldn't be adjusted and you feel very maybe uncomfortable, so how about change your social group? Yeah, I think this is also something that I did before, and actually this is uh, quite a good decision, and you don't have to feel you don't have to do something that you don't really like. Yeah, you can kind of like be yourself. All right, so these are my sharings today.
Yeah. And yeah, normally for female, I think the biggest social pressure is actually they always being asked when to get married.
Yeah.
And after they get married, and then the next question is when to when to have the first child. Yeah. And
Mm,
after they have the first child, and yeah, they were being asked when to get the second one.
yeah.
Yeah, and after they get the second one, some people will still keep asking whether to get the one, or some others will shift the focus,
Mm,
will shift the focus on men or on your husband. Hmm.
mm,
Or
yeah.
maybe they'll start to compare uh yeah uh what is the school your child studying. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is an endless uh uh
Comparison or kind of pressure, right?
yeah, this is what I want to say. This is an
Yeah.
endless comparison, and also this is an endless social pressure, because you try to imagine, you go to a party, or you go to some some uh you go attend other people weddings, and they are full of people that don't recognize you, and they only they only uh have uh have one chat with you on that
Mm,
day, in the same table,
yeah.
and after that, you and them won't have any contact anymore. You don't
Mm,
know him, they don't know you.
yeah.
And for the elder persons, and yeah, first they'll ask you, uh, what's your job? Like also, have girlfriend or boyfriend or not,
Mm,
and get married or not, have child or not. Yeah,
yeah.
many questions. And this is something they can. This is some of the topic they like to use to open the conversation. Uh, but is they really like to? But is they really like and want to open the conversation? No, they just want to prevent the embarrassing,
Mm, yeah.
prevent no topic, prevent no conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see most of the people who ask this kind of question is the elder female. Normally, the men wouldn't ask this kind of question.
Mm.
The Normally men will just keep quiet,
Yeah.
right? Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you know about the uh, if you know about the cause of these social pressures come from, and then you will less worry about that. Yeah, because just like what I say,
Mm.
on a wedding day, or when you join other people party, or birthday party, or any other event, yeah, they just want to use this to open the conversation, and the purpose of doing that is just prevent the embracing. Mm.
Mm.
And what and if you want to mm, yeah, if you also want to prevent the embracing, okay, and you can just simply answer them, or you can lie to them. Yeah,
Mm.
nothing. no big deal. And how about relative? It's also the same.
Yeah.
You go to relative house or they come to your house. You you and there they must have one party start the conversation.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
normally the first question is, how are you? Are you doing right? Thing like that. Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah. And but did they really care you? Probably not. They will care more about their family member.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that if you want to prevent the embracing, you can kind of like first lie to them, and also like simply answer them. And if you want to enlarge the embracing, let people think that you are unsociable. Yeah, and they'll kind of like don't bother you. Just, yeah, it also could be uh it doesn't mean that it's a bad choice. Sometimes it's good. So that and you can voice out, voice the opposite thing, voice something that they don't want to hear. Yeah, and they'll have two scenarios. The first is they keep kind of like uh keep kind of like mm, tell you what is right, what is wrong. Okay. And in Chinese, what I want to say is 劝. Yeah. So it's kind of like persuade you and or advise you, talk to you. Yeah. This kind of mindset is not correct. You have to change. You have to get married. You have to have a child. This is human nature, something like that. And if you keep arguing, they will also have a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first scenario. And second scenario, they feel a little bit angry and then they don't want to talk to you. Yeah. So sometimes just fight with them is also not a good choice because you may end up in the scenario one.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless you really you really want to talk with them. Yeah, and also for men, this is some of the social pressure is kind of like, do you have house, do you have car, do you have a stable job? But this is something that uh people won't directly ask you. Yeah, they'll indirect ask you, they'll indirect confirm you, and you can feel from their face, from their body language. If you say you still don't have house, you still don't have car, or you uh or you don't have a stable job, you are unemployed, and their face will change, their body language will change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so yeah, and also for young people, one of the thing you mentioned, which is in relationship. Normally, a few of the friends go out together. If you are the only ones who's still not in the relationship,
Yeah.
then
Single.
yeah, and they'll kind of like keep telling you the benefit of having a relationship, the benefit of having a girlfriend or having a boyfriend. Yeah, so actually, I had one experience. Mm. And yeah, on that meeting, yeah, actually the meeting is very boring, and they keep telling bullshit and uh, nothing nutrients. So yeah, so this is really waste of time. And also, uh, some of them share about their partner, and then yeah, because at that time I'm quite curious. What they did, in the relationship. So I asked them, yeah, uh, what you did normally, and what is the meaning of having relationship. I this Yeah, so this is something I want to ask. So maybe they think that I offend them, or I kind of like question them. I kind of like persuade them to break up. Yeah. And yeah, so all of them start trying to advise me.
Mm.
Yeah. And this is a terrible experience. And at that time, I end up in a scenario one, and I fight with them. I feel so bad. Mm, yeah. So, mm, how to deal with the social pressure, or how to respond to the social pressure? The first one is get away from them. Yeah. And the second and the third one is actually kind of like uh is the mental solution.
Mm.
It's not the physical solution. Just like get
Okay.
away from them. Sometimes you can't do it physically. Mm.
Mm.
So the second and third is know what you really want, and also know the reason of doing the thing. Know the or know the reason of doing nothing. Know the reason of not doing the thing. Mm. And for example, yeah, now I eat my quote unquote lunch in the morning, and then I went to office in the noon. I grabbed some beverage, I grabbed some biscuits. Yeah. So it seems abnormal uh 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 for all the staff, because they eat lunch in the noon, they eat
Mm.
breakfast. Yeah. But some people don't eat breakfast in the morning. But who care? Yeah, who really care? You take breakfast or not before coming office? Nobody will care.
Mm.
But people, when the people see you, yeah, you eat nothing. Yeah, you can't like eat nothing. How can you do that? You cannot do that. Yeah, this is not good for health. Yeah, you have to eat something. And I try to explain that no, I actually did eat a very big portion, can be considered a lunch in the morning,
Mm.
and and in the noon I eat some breakfast. Yeah, just like what you eat in the morning. Uh, and they'll say this is unhealthy. This is unregular. Yeah, you should change. You should do the normal way.
Mm.
Yeah, eat breakfast in the morning, and also eat lunch in the noon. Yeah, this is not good for your health. And I will say, yeah, yes, yes, yes. Okay, understand, understand. Yeah. So, uh, but I did the research. And I have tried this for more than 1 year. I really know. Uh, uh, it didn't did bad for my health. Yeah. So I know what I really want, and I also know the reason of doing the particular thing.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is my sharing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, anything you want to add in?
Um. Yeah, I think no. Yeah.
Okay. So that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocabulary mistake we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.